In the annals of ancient Egypt, Pharaoh Akhenaten's ambitious reign stands as both revolutionary and catastrophic. Around 1380 BC, Akhenaten sought to reshape the spiritual landscape by promoting the worship of Aten, the sun disk, as the sole deity, abandoning traditional polytheism. This radical shift disrupted centuries-old religious practices, alienating powerful priesthoods and destabilizing the socio-political structure. Akhenaten's focus on spiritual reforms overshadowed pressing state affairs, such as foreign policy and internal unity, leading to rampant corruption and weakened defenses. His capital, Akhenaten, was a hub of innovation, yet it also represented his disconnection from the needs of the Egyptian people. After his death, his successors quickly dismantled his legacy, but the damage endured. The ambitions of one ruler became the seeds of a dynasty's downfall.
The downfall. It has been said through the annals of time, if you don't learn from history, you will repeat it. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Friendship Pierce, and welcome again to my channel. It is March 25th of 2025, 11:05 in the a.m. Today is a significant day because we are exactly 84 days into the new year. 84 days into the new year. And I got up this morning thinking about that, like Pearson, 84. Now, something significant could happen today, either national or internationally, because I do believe that the Antichrist is Barack Obama. And in celebration of that, of him being on the throne in the future, with the spirit of Satan, it is preached through our blessed word, will enter into a vessel, the Antichrist, in flesh, to rule and reign. 666, the mark of the beast. I believe we're at that time. So I wanted to look at this 84 in relation to what's going on and the great illusionist, Donald J. Trump, who is going to deliver America as a package, as a gift to Barack Obama. And it will be in disrepair because we are going to repeat the same cycle. Man has not learned and will not learn that the absence of God and his precepts only leads to a downfall. I will show you in subsequent videos and explain going forward.
This gold coin is more than just a piece of currency. It's a symbol of the decline and fall of one of the greatest empires in history. The Roman Empire was at the height of its power during the reign of Emperor Augustus. But over the centuries, the empire began to weaken. Its economy became unstable, its military overstretched, and its politics were corrupted by greed and ambition. As the Roman Empire began to crumble, this gold coin played a crucial role in its downfall. The Roman Empire relied heavily on the gold and silver mined from its territories to fuel its economy and fund its military campaigns. But as the empire began to decline, its leaders debased the currency, adding more and more base metals to the coins to stretch their supply. The result was a spiral of inflation, economic collapse, and social unrest that eventually led to the fall of the Roman Empire. This coin is a reminder of the danger of greed.
Is it not happening today with $36 trillion in debt? You see, the debt was accumulated over X amount of presidents. But if you do your recent history, Barack Obama made at least between $7 to $8 trillion in debt over his 8-year period. Joe Biden, at least $5 trillion. Trump, when he was president, although folks want to kick in the COVID moment, is still debt. He was at least 7 to maybe 8 trillion. So arguably, the last 4 presidents combined have made more than 75, maybe 80% of our debt. And you have to ask yourself, how in the world? Seriously. Because we're repeating history. And God is allowing it because these are the end times. And it must fulfill the precious scripture of 666. It must. We're going to have a reckoning. But we need Jesus. I said we need Jesus.
To Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, The War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman. Gaza's health ministry says the official death toll has topped 50,000 as Israel continues to bombard and block Gaza. But it's widely believed the actual death toll is far higher.
50,000 or maybe even more. October 7th of 2023, Joe Biden was president. But as we leapfrog into this presidency, the promise of peace has not been fulfilled. What did it last? 2 months? Do you call that peace? How about pieces? The Bible says when they say peace, peace, sudden destruction. We're on Trump's watch now. We're on day 84. And we can't even get the negotiation to be ironed out. You see, because we playing games. And I've shown in a lot of videos. I've been researching this thing for 40-something years. This is a tinderbox. And you got to be careful with it. You're dealing with a whole different societal, religious, cultural framework, a belief system. To take Western capitalism as a deal maker and take it to the Middle East, nobody's hearing that, Donald Trump. Nobody's hearing that. Because you cannot relate to them. See, when you talk about coming to the table in relation to something as big as the Middle East, then you got to inventory what it is that you have before you talk about bringing it. Because diplomacy from the West has never worked. So you have to try something new. You have to engage in the culture and understand how they think and what it is that then you would bring to the table. That's the main problem. We're engaged, but we're not engaged. Thus, the downfall is imminent. 50,000, and it's rising as I speak.
In a major trade policy escalation, US President Donald Trump has announced a steep 25% tariff on all imports from countries that buy oil and gas from Venezuela. The move, set to take effect on April 2nd, is expected to hit major economies including China and India, adding fresh uncertainty to global trade. Since returning to the White House in January, Trump has aggressively imposed tariffs on both allies and adversaries, using economic pressure as a diplomatic tool. Announcing the latest measure on his Truth Social platform, Trump dubbed April 2nd Liberation Day for the US economy, signaling a new phase in his trade war strategy. In his statement, Trump accused Venezuela of secretly sending tens of thousands of high-level criminals to the United States and claimed that the country has been hostile to US interests and values. These new tariffs, which he described as second...
The history of Venezuela and other countries in relation to America and other countries who are allies of America, and even those who aren't, those who have resources have been historical targets. America has a history of negotiating deals. Henry Kissinger, Zbigniew Brzezinski, other presidential administrations, and guess what? The chickens have come home to roost. And now you want to take the same Neanderthal strategy that you've been doing before, your country and Western attitude, your Western flavor. Well, I'm going to hit you with 25% tariff, anybody who deals with them. They're already in a recession/depression, Trump. What else do you want to do? What right do we have to tell somebody else what to do, and we got $36 trillion? It makes no sense. We already got $36 trillion in debt. I'm going to show you this man on day 84. Today is the 84th day of the year. I guarantee you it will be a miracle if 84 days from now he will still be in office. I look at this number as a number that stamps future events. I've always looked at this number, not just because it is Barack Obama's birthday, 84, but it has historical significance. Also, the number 78 has been coming up a lot in my decodes. And it shows me that he will not make it past 78. He's going to be taken out of office. Donald Trump will not make it past 84 days. It's impossible. And I'm going to show you. Pearson clarified that. They're going to take him out of office. He's going to impeach. He's going to be impeached. He's going to be thrown out. One of those things are going to happen. They're going to take him out of office. They're going to vote him out. They're going to see it. That in this short period of time, already in 84 days, he has set the tenor and tone of the history of other great nations and countries and civilizations. I just showed you Rome, and I just showed you Egypt. It's speaking. He's doing too much, and he's going to fall on his own sword, and those who recognize it are going to call for his impeachment. And people are going to get mad. But I'm telling you, it's for our own good. He doesn't understand history, and he certainly doesn't respect it. He's power hungry. He's got Elon Musk there, who's a futurist, thinking about technology. And this is where they're going. And trust me, it's being done on purpose, and Donald Trump can't even see it. Watch this.
Well, I've said that to them. I said, if you're not going to pay, we're not going to defend. I said that 7 years ago.
And he did. He's telling NATO and NATO countries, we got military in your area. You're not paying enough. You're not paying at all. We want to make America great again. It's time to start paying up. We've been giving you free protection over all these years, all these decades. We want money for our soldiers. It sounds good, doesn't it? But people, the markets, the international markets don't like instability. Listen to what he has to say. This is so deep, and the average person has been missing it. Read between the lines. Listen.
I've said that to them. I said, if you're not going to pay, we're not going to defend. I said that 7 years ago. And because of that, they paid hundreds of billions of dollars. I said, if you're not going to pay your bills, we're not going to defend you. And it also went for the attack. But if they got attacked, they said, well, does that mean you won't defend us? I said, are you current or are you delinquent? They said, if we were delinquent, would you? I said, nope, I would not. And because of
So if we got countries where we got military over there and they get attacked and they're not caught up on their bills to pay us, he's not going to protect them. But people suppose there's a hidden hand out there because they do play good cop, bad cop. You got foreigners who are listening to this. Wrap your mind around this. You got foreign countries which are listening to this. You got a hidden hand allegedly manipulating international affairs. And he's giving the illusion, look, I'm the new sheriff in town. I want to make America great again. We want our money for giving you soldiers and protection all these decades. Okay, that sounds right. But again, suppose there's a opposition which is working in concert with him allegedly, knowing that because of whatever economic hardships they have, they can't pay their bills. And suppose an international hidden hand created a hardship, like allegedly Venezuela. Venezuela, under Hugo Chavez, 8 years ago, was blinging, right? You had other countries when Obama was president, Omar Gaddafi, they were blinging. Do you see the pattern? I want you to see the pattern. Listen to Mr. President. I'm not going to protect you if you don't pay your bills.
or are you delinquent? They said, if we were delinquent, would you? I said, nope, I would not. And because of that, as you know, hundreds of billions of dollars came into NATO. You wouldn't have NATO right now if I weren't there. And your previous Secretary General has said that. He said he's never seen anything like it. When I came to NATO, when I first had my first meeting, I noticed that people weren't paying their bills at all. And I said I should wait till my second meeting, and I did. And I brought that up. And I said, if you don't pay your bills, we're not going to participate, we're not going to protect you. And when I said that, as soon as I said that, it was amazing how the money came in. The money came in, and now they have money. But even now, it's not enough. It's really not enough.
It's really not enough. The powers that be have made a world demise of the whole economy. And they got used to running their businesses in relation to our past relationships. But baby, this thing is historical. You got to remember what happened under Biden. Biden cut a deal with Saudi Arabia, no more payments. Okay? He made a deal with them. He made a deal. I can't find it here. But Saudi Arabia doesn't pay America any more money due to Biden. They made an agreement. I can't find it here. I did a video on it. Biden cut the legs off of America, where he told them, you don't have to pay us any more money, and we'll still give you protection from our army. You can bank on that. That's what he did. And I believe that was done in relation to our economy. You see, because Henry Kissinger set up a deal back in the day. I forgot the name of it. America will give you protection, and you buy our debt, and you can sell us your oil. You understand how that works? That's how it goes. And don't think, as you listen to Mr. President here, there weren't some other deals involved in relation to payment. Okay? Don't get fooled. I'm just showing you that this guy got to be out of here in 84 days because he's creating and falling into a trap that he's personally allegedly making and the powers have created. And he's just the tool by which to get it done. I'm just showing you the context.
Trigger one is Trump's trade war. Trump has always pitched himself as the ultimate deal maker. He's the guy who fights for American jobs and plays hardball with other countries. But the trade wars he's fighting could increase your weekly shopping bill and cause a recession. The last time the US tried this, it helped trigger the Great Depression, wiping out jobs and wrecking the economy. Now, history might be repeating itself. Stocks are already crashing, prices are rising, and if this spirals, it won't just hurt Wall Street, it'll hit you where it matters most, your bank account. Let me take you back to 1930, when I was just a boy. The US government decided to slap massive taxes called tariffs on imported goods to protect American businesses from foreign competition. It was called the Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act, and it turned out to be one of the worst economic mistakes in history. At first, it seemed like...
Do you understand? It's been done before. Now check this out. I did a video on this a few months ago. When Trump first got in office, they started Stargate. The main reason that they're doing this, in my humble opinion, is because they're phasing out the old way America and the world works, and they're going into AI. And from my research, well over 50% of the jobs that you and I do can be done with AI in one form or another. And they know it. He's leading us to hell, economic hell.
It's my honor to welcome three of the world's leading technology CEOs. And in the case of Larry Ellison, it's well beyond technology, sort of CEO of everything. He's an amazing man, an amazing business person. But to announce the largest AI infrastructure project by far in history, and it's all taking place right here in America. As you know, there's great competition for AI and other things, and They're coming in at the highest level. We're joined by Oracle Executive Chairman Larry Ellison, SoftBank CEO, my friend Masa Yoshi-san, and CEO of OpenAI, and I would say the by far the leading expert based on everything I read, Sam Altman. So that's great that you're coming in together.
This is the future. And they're slowly phasing out America, crippling the economic stability, so there won't be any competition. And along comes AI on a white pony to save everything. But even that will go to hell, because it will lead straight into the hands of the Antichrist, who's sitting in waiting. Do you understand how the orchestration is going on?
Postal workers gathering on the east side today as fears they could be out of a job are ramping up. This as President Trump calls for an overhaul of the Postal Service. Fox 5's Meredith Gorman has more on their demands.
Hell no! Hell no! We won't go! We won't go!
U.S. Postal Service workers and their supporters rallied on Sunday to protect their jobs after a letter sent to Congress on Thursday reportedly revealed that 10,000 workers and millions of dollars will be cut from the USPS budget because of the Postmaster General's agreement to work with Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency, also known as DOGE.
We was here during the pandemic. We showed up for the people. We was here. We worked hard, and we deserve the government to fight for our jobs, to be here for us.
The rally was held by the National Association of Letter Carriers as they spoke out to oppose any potential efforts to privatize the USPS and negatively impact its universal delivery mandate.
Why is the federal government doing this? You got to wrap your mind around this. Everything that's big, everything which they consider non-essential or non-priority is being attacked and justified under DOGE. But you ain't messing with Amazon. You ain't messing with Oracle. You ain't messing with the tech industries that flew over here. But everything that was established to help build the country and lay our foundation, and people who had pensions and health care and unions, you're a target. I'm telling you, America, I'm going to tell you the truth. Tesla stock down. Just look at it. 6 months. Last 6 months. It was here a year ago, December 16, 2024, it was at $483 a share. It's hit as low as $222 a share. Can you say half? And he's not suffering just because of what's going on with him. The stock market as a whole is in hell. Look at the headlines. How the stock market is done under Trump. Stock market plunged. Stock market suffers since correction. 45 days into the second term, Trump is tearing it down. Tech stocks down 7%. It's all being done on purpose. And I hate that one part. Let's make America great. Let's make them do this. Trade war, biggest one. Now let's look at the dates. January 1st, 2025 versus today's date, 3/25/2025, exactly 84 days. The 84th day of the year, again, is March 25th. Barack Obama's birthday just happened to be on August 4th. Wonder why. Today's date, get this, versus 6/17 of 2025 is exactly 84 days away. 6/17. June 17th is 84 days away. Donald Trump's birthday is 3 days before that, June 14th. Which means He was born June 14th, 1946, Donald J. Trump. On June 17th of 2025, that will be 84 days. In terms of his life, he'll be 79 years old in 3 days. What I am saying, if he continues on this, what he's doing right now, nationally and internationally, before he gets to his 78th birthday, they're going to pull him out. They're going to pull Donald J. Trump out of this office. The American people are going to demand this. 84 days. We got 84 days. I'm predicting we got a problem. We're going to have a problem. If I put it in perspective, now I won't even go that. I was going to put another date in for something. March what I say, and don't get it twisted. I showed you the history of Rome. I showed you the history of Egypt. What this man is allowing to do, it looks like it's good, especially with NATO. He's creating economic confusion. The markets respond to certain people like Elon Musk, the Fed chairman, and Trump. You cannot create instability. Oh, I want to make America great again. You're going to start creating people. If you look at the international, you got countries in worse shape than we are economically. But this was all done on purpose. So when we get to this point, now he's making a demand on the countries which already have economic instability. That's what I want you to understand. My name is Friendship Pearson. Timestamp the video. I'm telling you, by 6/17/2025, well, let's look at it like this. 6/17 of 2025 will be 84 days. Trump will be out of office. They're going to take him out of office. They've got to. Everything historically, I could be on here all day, revolves around the number 84. I'm done.